Do you ever just sit in your room, basking in the silence, alone with your own thoughts and think, man, I should watch something before I literally go insane? So you go to your TV or whatever you decide to watch anime on, a phone, computer, tablet, a Game Boy Advance video cartridge, and start scrolling through Crunchyroll and see what you could find to occupy yourself, to block out the voices in your head telling you to give into your intrusive thoughts. And you see a title of a series and think, that can't be good, right? Who would watch that? Only a degenerate would enjoy that. And then you realize, oh wait, I'm a degenerate. Hell yeah, let's watch this. Well, that was me with Rent a Girlfriend, or as I call it now, Rent a Napalm Dumpster Fire. Because this is a show, after indulging so much time into, I have decided that this is one of the worst pieces of media that I have ever watched in a very long time. And here's why you shouldn't waste your time on this absolute piece of garbage like I did. So yeah, Rent a Girlfriend. Yeah, the original video idea, I know, totally not the 1000th video in this entire, about this series. But yes, Rent a Girlfriend has to be one of the worst things I have ever watched. Or, no, read. Because I didn't even watch the anime, I'll be honest with you. After reading it, I don't even want to subject myself to the anime. And you know, I will say this. This was a series I used to like before. I would actively sit down and look forward to reading this manga. I remember the same day too. I was in college, you know, just scrolling through Twitter, and I see a screenshot out of context of Rent a Girlfriend, and I just hearing the title enough was like enough for me to want to go online and start reading it. And I was hooked, like just from the first chapter alone. I saw the potential that this series had. I thought that this series would grow into something that would be amazing, but little did I know that those expectations would be shot down almost immediately. As if the author Reiji just grabbed my expectations by the throat and just tossed them in the trash. And one of the main reasons why my expectations are just gone now is because of the main character himself, Kazuya. This orange-haired, incel, Discord mod, horny motherfucker. This man right here is why I am done with this series. And you know, it should have been a red flag even from just the start of the series when Kazuya just had an entire monologue why his life is going so well, and just because he has a girlfriend. That should have been my first red flag. The fact that the main character is so happy that he has a girlfriend. And then when in the same chapter, a man gets dumped almost immediately. So what does our main character, what does Kazuya do? What does the MC of this series do to cope, to not feel like absolute dog shit after being dumped by his girlfriend? Well, he imagines her getting fucked by another dude. So I just want to ask to the people that have been dumped recently, you know, the people that are watching this that have been dumped, I want to ask some questions. Number one, why would you do this? I don't think any sane human being has ever done this before. Why? And you know, this is just him at the beginning of the series. You would think that considering how long Rent a Girlfriend is, it being 29 chapters, he would be better. He would be less horny. But no, he's still equally as bad as he was in the first chapter. Honestly, I feel like he's worse. The whole like, oh my god, my clothes are making out with Chizuru. Oh, like that. No. Who thinks that? What is that? And I did have a sliver of hope with the film arc. This arc probably is the best arc in the entirety of Rent a Girlfriend. Spoilers for those of you that care. I don't know why you would care for spoilers about this. But as throughout this entire series, Kazuya is helping Chizuru fulfill her dream of becoming an actress and help her create her own movie, be the director, get all the scenes done. And like he would act his age. You see this man mature throughout this entire arc. Even at the end, after rereading the arc, 'cause I haven't read it in a while, I actually teared up a little because it was just actually the most emotional arc in this entire series. This arc made me like Kazuya, which is something I never thought would happen after reading like 70 chapters prior to the film arc. And I had really high hopes for the next arc that would happen after this, because he even says he's going to confess to her after this arc. And then we get the Paradise arc. It was around this time where I just slowly lost interest in reading Rent a Girlfriend. It was actually agonizing reading this arc. Like, I was a weekly reader. Like I said before, I was actively sitting here excited to see new chapters, and after like 10 chapters into this arc, I just caught on that it was the same bullshit every single chapter. Every single chapter would start off with an ass and titty shot of Ruka, Chizuru, or Mommy for some reason still, and just Kazuya just being horny for them, and then it would cut to him saying in his head, thinking like, I'm going to confess to Chizuru, this is it, this is the day, and then he would go try to talk to her, and then she'd push him away, and then he gets sad, and rinse and repeat. This is every single chapter. And it was around this time where I just caught on. Even my like tiny puny brain 2 years ago, I knew that there was no hope for this manga, so I just dropped it around this time. And for the people that also dropped it around the beginning of the Paradise arc, you know that like dropping this manga around this time was the greatest choice or decision we've ever made. And that's because chapter 218 dropped, and the internet, it just imploded in on itself. It was, for like someone who wasn't reading Rent a Girlfriend and just dropped it entirely afterwards, this was the single funniest thing I've ever seen. Seeing Twitter implode in on itself was just literal, just peak comedy. All of 218 was an NTR chapter. For some reason, Reiji just decided to grab all of the like character development Kazuya went through in the entirety of the film arc and just threw it out the window. Kazuya went back to imagining the girl of his dreams getting railed by another dude. And leave it to the artist on Twitter to make some of the funniest edits for this chapter. The amount of memes that came out of this one chapter was beautiful. Never in my life did I think NTR would be funny, but here we are. It was at this point where I realized that I don't think anything could have saved this arc. I don't even think a kiss could have saved this arc, which happened in this at the end. It happened at the end after the whole drama. It was like, oh my god, Chizuru's a rental girlfriend. The kiss happened, and I didn't even care. I felt nothing. I don't know how a rom-com author made me not care about a kiss, but Reiji somehow did the unthinkable. And you know, for the sake of making this video, I got a little curious because I just basically skimmed through like the entirety of the Paradise arc. I wanted to see what happened after that, and it's what I expected. Chizuru stops talking to Kazuya for 3 months straight for no reason whatsoever. Kazuya doesn't get any messages or anything like that. No, just nothing. No contact with her. All he does is just jack off for 3 months and then just loses all form of hygiene. So what reason could Chizuru have for not talking to Kazuya, the man that she kissed at the end of the arc? Like, what could she have? What reason? It's because of Ruka. Because of course it is. You know, while I'm at it, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I think Ruka is the worst character in this entire manga. I think I hate her more than Mommy. I don't know how you managed to write a character that's more hateable than Mommy, but Reiji somehow did it. And I'm convinced that anyone who likes Ruka or defends Ruka, the only reason why you like her is because of the titties. That is the only reason why anyone likes her. And I don't want to hear otherwise. All Ruka does is slow down any progression of the plot because Kazuya just so happens to make her heartbeat go slightly faster than usual, and then forces Kazuya to go out with her even though she doesn't even love her. But you know who doesn't slow down the plot and is the one saving grace of this manga and the true best girl in this series? It's Sumi. Yeah, it's Sumi. I don't want to hear otherwise. But here's the thing. We haven't seen Sumi since the end of the film arc. And she's been banished to her own spin-off manga, which is the single greatest thing Reiji could have ever done. This is the best choice he made, because I don't want to see Sumi get tainted by this series at all. I just want to see her go to a coffee shop, fail to stand in line, fail to be able to order stuff, just be so nervous and during a photo shoot that she's turned into a Minecraft character. This is what I want to see. I don't want to see anything else. This is all I want. And I was tempted to buy the spin-off manga, but I didn't want any of that money going to Reiji. I didn't want to support this man's insanity. But I say that, and I also did pre-order the Sumi Nendoroid. I have it right here. Knowing that this money went to Reiji angers me, but I love this thing way too much, so it's money well spent. And speaking of Reiji and his money going towards him, you might be wondering what Reiji does with all the money that he gets from Rent a Girlfriend merch and manga sales. He used all that money to make a life-size replica of Chizuru and go on dates with her. Yeah, this man's fucking insane. I am convinced that the only reason why Rent-A-Girlfriend has not progressed whatsoever and why it's been going on for so long is because Reiji wants to cuck his readers. That is the only reason why. Reiji created Chizuru and fell in love with her. This man has gone insane. He's off the deep end. He is, like, on his Twitter, he started drawing Chizuru in his apartment. He drew her coming out of the shower, drew her, like, sleeping on a futon, and drew her on a train. This man is just insane. And, you know, to further prove my point that Reiji is just gone off the deep end, here's one of the captions that he wrote on one of those pictures. This girl's my beautiful girlfriend, and her name is Chizuru Mizuhara. She's a very kind girl, and she always forgives me in the end, even if she gets really mad at me afterwards. Reiji Miyajima. Honestly, at this point, I just believe that Reiji's the biggest degenerate to ever exist. Like, there's just no topping this man. It's just, like, even his newest manga is the biggest degenerate shit ever. Like, what is this? Seven stepsisters and one guy. Like, a forbidden love. Like, what is this? You know, honestly, I'm probably just gonna read this, to be honest with you guys, though. You know, the moral of this video is, don't read Rent-A-Girlfriend. Or watch it. And Sumi's the best girl. And she should stay banished in her own spin-off manga. Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck do you mean? God damn it! Hey, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe because that helped me a lot actually, and yeah. And be sure to follow my Twitter as well because why not? Just do it. All right, bye.